This number, what this is when you come in the country, if you're illegal, there's a couple ways to come in. You come in through port of entry, and you can tell them you're afraid. They'll give you an asylum case. You get an interview, then you get in. That's one way to do it. Another way to do it is you just go to the border. Literally, this happened. I talked to Border Patrol myself. Elo was there too. I went to Laredo, and I went to Bronzeville. Elo went to Eagle Pass. You walk up to Border Patrol officer, and you tell them you want to come in. They have a couple of choices. They can charge you with a misdemeanor or felony under 1325. They can make it an administrative offense. They can bring it ticket. Basically, they were told to do that. Make it an administrative offense. And if you walk across the border, they do what's called a
even worse. Clip number 3. See, Elon Musk did. A lot of people thought when he said Mr. Biden, he said thought they were asleep at the switch. I told you guys it is weekend at Bernie's. He's certainly not calling the shots. Somebody is calling the shots, and they were not asleep at the switch. In fact, they were triggering the switch. This is not something that happened accidentally. This happened intentionally. I explained to you before. I even wrote a piece on it. You can find it at afa.net on the stand, that this was a cloud pivot strategy applied to illegal immigration using our southern border as the cudgel. All right? This was not something done negligently or accidentally. This was done intentionally. And here's further evidence of that fact. Clip number 3. Clip 3. Go.
Just reiterating, it's not people sometimes think that under the Biden administration that he was simply asleep at the switch. He wasn't asleep. They weren't asleep at the switch. It was a massive, large-scale program to import as many illegals as possible, ultimately to change the entire voting map of the United States and disenfranchise the American people and make it a permanent, deep blue, one-party state from which there would be no escape.
Look, if I hadn't seen this myself, I'm not sure I'd have believed it. I went through it myself and mapped it. And Elon is right. This is true. The defaults in the system from Social Security to all of the benefit programs have been set to max inclusion, max pay for these people, and minimum collection. That's what's happening. We found 1.3 million of them already on Medicaid, as an example. We've gone through on every benefit program we went through, we found groups from this particular group of people, this 5.5 million people, in those benefit programs. And then what was really, really disturbing us was why. We're asking ourselves why. And so we actually just took a sample and looked at voter registration records. And we found people here registered to vote in this population, yes.
And who did vote.
And we found some by sampling that actually did vote.